Hi, I'm Jay Horton. I make movies that make money. This is how. Today I'm going to give you another tip on how to market your indie film for free. Today we're going to cover email campaigns, direct sales. Oh yeah, it's about to get very sexy in here. Most people are like, ugh, email. Nobody uses email anymore. I actually heard a kid a couple of days ago say something like only old people use email, but it's not so. And if used right, it's still a great direct marketing tool. So here's a couple of tips for using an email campaign. First, you have to build up your email list. Now, most of us have built up hundreds, if not thousands of email contacts over the course of our lives. So let's start there. The first thing you do is sort your contacts and lose anyone you don't want on that list. There are definitely going to be people on your email contact list that you definitely don't want to solicit, either for personal or business reasons. But be careful here. I found that it's often that random acquaintance you shared one class with in college that'll support you the most, as opposed to a lot of the good friends that you have that barely even look at your stuff. And this organization can be done mostly in email browsers for free. Gmail has some amazing organizational features. But for me, with this kind of thing, I like to use MailChimp. I started out using MailChimp's free service. I think it allowed for like 2,000 contacts initially. And when I first started, that's right around how many I had. And once I actually went through them all and weeded out all the support, info, X's, and other people that shouldn't be on my list, I was down to like 1,200. Once my contact list built up past the 2,000 point, I upgraded. And I believe I pay something like $20 a month for it now. And I have, thousands of contacts. And with the free service, they also provide a couple of free templates to help you in designing your email campaigns, if you're not so graphic design savvy. In order to build up my email list, I solicit new leads on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, pretty much everywhere I promote movies. And I always lead people to my website where there's a pop-up box to subscribe to my mailing list. Now, it can take a long time to build up a good list, so I suggest getting started right away and just keep plugging away. It can take time to see results with this. Number 2, what to send. Before we get into this, let me give you my biggest tip when it comes to marketing. Make it personal. The more personal, the better. The better it'll work. The less it will seem like spam. And whatever you do, when you're doing the email thing, don't send out mass BCC or CC emails. It just comes off bad and lazy. And in your regular messages, it's okay to have a stock template or body to your message, but the first few lines should be specific to the person. At the very least, use their name. It takes a bit more time to personalize the messages, but it'll pay off dividends. If you'd like to see some examples of some of my past campaigns and some others that I've gathered from other filmmakers over the years, check out my Patreon, www.patreon.com/jhorton. How often to send? Now, this differs from person to person, so I'm just going to lay out how I do it. I send out a monthly newsletter/email campaign that gives a general overview of what I've got going on that month. If I have nothing new, which is hardly ever the case, I push whatever is most recent, or I dig back into my archives and push a poorer performing older project. I personally try not to do more than 3 email campaigns a month. 1 every 2 weeks or so is about my max. If you want to learn how to make more money with your indie film, subscribe now. And for more tips and early access to my videos and movies, check out my Patreon. But whatever you do, keep making movies.